You know how it is every year, powwow time, the best time of the year. Myself, as I know many of you as well, are traveling. Maybe it is the nomadic lifestyle instilled in us. The road trips during powwow time are stress relieving and the sights are always pleasant. However, this story of this particular trip to a powwow is not at all pleasant. I've never really been scared of ghosts nor of the stories I've heard, but now my point of view and opinions have changed. It's your typical summer day, warm, and everyone out and about. I've been at work all day. I'm so ready to jump in my vehicle and hit the highway. It seems like the longest 15 minutes of my life. Eventually they pass. The freedom, the freshness of the air. I'm walking out as fast as I can, but not running. I don't want to look like a madman or a thief exiting my place of work. I make it in my vehicle. I crank the vehicle on and push my tape in. The sweet sounds of the drums begin playing and I head off to the highway. A few hours later, it's nightfall. My usual route takes me off the highway. It cuts my trip usually by a couple of hours. My favorite shortcut. It's one of those roads that seem to go on forever, but the roads are virtually straight. The only thing I love about driving at night is it's peaceful. The hum of the tires on the highway. The thing I don't like is that it makes me a bit tired. The lines on the road are almost endless and it's like counting sheep. It's really dark out tonight. The lines seem to appear out of nowhere. I've hardly ever noticed the lack of vehicles on my route, but tonight there aren't any, especially since I turned down my shortcut. No oncoming traffic. Heck, I haven't even seen any headlights behind me. Then again, it is only 10:47 at night. Then it happens. I barely catch it out my right peripheral. Out of the dark, it tried crossing the highway. As soon as I see it, a white blur. In that instant, I hear the smack against my car. My right headlight is out. The highway just got that much darker in that instant. I pull over, I grab my flashlight out of my glove box. I walk to the front of my car and shine my light on the headlight. I hit some type of bird, feathers embedded in the broken glass, a little bit of blood on the glass as well. As soon as I start walking back towards the driver door, I hear an owl begin hooting behind me, but it's somewhere out in the distant dark and it's not stopping. I get a slight chill, and that's the last thing that I want to see on my trip. I walk a little faster so I can just get back on the road. As I sit down in the driver's seat and the door is closing, I hear another owl begin hooting to my left across the road, more like a grunt-like hooting, and it seems a lot closer than the other hooting that I've heard. But I keep my eyes forward and I begin driving down this long, dark highway. I begin thinking about what just happened. I mean, it sounded as if the first owl was calling out, and the other one seemed to have answered its call and came. I mean, that's what strikes me as odd. With my right headlight out, everything is much more dim and dull in my left headlight. I hit the brights, no change in the lighting. I slowly begin turning the volume up so I can just stop thinking about what happened. Music always brings the peace back to me. I look at the time, 11:52, and then I feel my car start pulling to the right a little bit. I turn the music all the way down, then I hear the sounds of a flat tire against the road. Great, this is all that I need. I pull over off the road, walk to the trunk. I open it, and I get my jack and my spare out of the trunk. That's when I notice the silence, the kind of silence that you hear the buzzing in your ears. My heartbeat picks up. I can hear myself swallow. Then the buzzing intensifies. That's all that I can hear. I change the tire as fast as I can. I grab the flat tire and toss that and the jack back in my trunk. I get in my car and slam the door and turn the motor on. I press the brake pedal and I switch gears and I look out my rearview mirror just to make sure there's no oncoming traffic. That's when I see it, out of my rearview mirror, barely visible because of the red light from the brake lights and how far back it was, but its size, it was huge. I seen it, just enough for me to know that I seen it. The shine on the black marble-like eyes from the brake lights reflecting on him. I mash the gas pedal down. I peel out, tires kicking up dust and shooting it, and whatever pieces of debris flew out of the car. I could feel the tires grip the asphalt as the car hightailed it down the highway. My heart racing, my hands gripping the steering wheel tightly, thinking to myself, did I just see a giant owl? I have chills running down my spine, the hairs are standing up. I'm sure I have goosebumps, I just can't see them. My eyes are looking down at the lines at the road. I focus on those so I do not see anything else. I'm ready to be off this road. I look up and see the horizon. A very dim glow is the only thing illuminating in the darkness. I know it's a gas station. It seems so far away. It's the only place I know I can stop. Safety. I start to feel relieved. After the gas station, it's about 30 or so more miles before I can get back on the highway again. Good thing for landmarks. I glance at the time, 12:50 a.m. I begin to slow the car down and pull into the gas station. I pull up to the gas pump. I figure I might as well get some gas. As the gas is pumping, I walk towards the front of my car and examine the headlight again. The feathers move in a slight breeze that passes by. The blood seems to be dried up. I look a little closer and I see something inside of the headlight among the debris of glass, feathers, and blood. Some type of skin, and it appears to have beadwork stitched in. Is that buckskin? It's white, and the beads are a glassy black. Then I am startled by the stopping click of the gas pump. I go over and hang it up and start screwing the cat back in. I go inside and pay the clerk for the gas. As I exit and am making my way towards the car, I hear an owl begin hooting in the direction I came from. It's loud. The night silence carries its grunting hoots towards my direction. I immediately walk fast and get in my vehicle, my hands on the steering wheel. I look down towards my lap. I'm trying to gather the strength to get back on this road. I start the ignition. My headlights light up the rest of the road for my journey. I flip my tape and push it back in. My favorite song comes on, The Sneak Up. Okay, it's time to go. I pull back on the road, accelerating into the dark. 30 more minutes and I'm on the highway. Cars, I long to see other cars. This trip has been a bit intense. I look at the time, it's 1:20. My tape starts to get garbled up in the tape player, just great. I press eject and pull it out. Of course, the tape is everywhere. I glance back up at the road. I look at the tape and toss it on the floor. My eyes back to the road. Off in the distance, on the left side of the road, I see something. I hit my brights and my left headlight doesn't change. I forgot I tried using the brights earlier. As I near the objects, the light from my headlight shines on them. I see 3 owls standing on the side of the road, their wings spread out, and they are hopping from one foot to the other. That's when I see that they have human feet instead of talons. My eyes widen with horror. I mean, no way, absolutely no way. As I am passing them, I can hear them grunt hooting. On the ground in the middle of where they were hopping, I noticed a bird of some sorts. It looks like it was hit by a car.